What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Top 5 Comics of December 2025. I think I'm just going to change the name of this as we get to January to Top Comics. Uh, we are here to talk about the best releases of the month of December. And as always, I've got my main man, Drew, aka Dolan, aka Heavy D, and he writes comics. What's up, Drew?
Yeah, write comics. I run daycares up in Minnesota. Yeah,
So you're rich. That's what you're telling me. You're rich.
I'm rich in the amount of kids I have in my daycare. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
That's the ticket. Yeah.
And just to confirm, nobody sawed through cinder block to crawl into the office to steal the paperwork.
We don't know what happened. Someone in the middle of the night, someone sawed in to take our records. Just the day after a report was breaking, about these corrupt daycares. I don't know what happened. Just it was a coincidence.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not running daycares, so
maybe
I
good
should.
Money. Oh wait, I didn't say that.
Oh yeah. Maybe I should look into that. Apparently, there's a whole. I just got home, but apparently there's a whole fraud thing going on with California now, which shocking.
You don't say.
Don't say, but it looks like it's going to be bigger than Minnesota. So I'm like, bring it on.
Get
him.
You know what the odds makers in Vegas are saying about this?
That would actually be hilarious. We're like, we're gonna do over unders on how much the fraud's gonna come to. Oh Lord. That's awesome. Well, hey man, other than the daycares and stuff, how's your week been?
It's been good. It's been productive. It's been busy. Weeks going by. Tomorrow's already Wednesday. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's been a good New Year so far.
Hell yeah.
I'll say that. Yeah. How about you?
No complaints here. Trying to be as productive as possible. I'm kind of doing my spring cleaning early to get reorganized and go from there. But no complaints on my end either. It's been a fine start to the year. So
yeah, we've been getting. I forgot. Yeah, we've Aaron and I and Steve Finkel Comic Minute. We've been getting things ready for MegaCon at the end of March. So we're getting all the books lined up, creatives, and so yeah, we got plans, schemes. So yeah, it should be a fun time.
Plans and schemes and plans. Yeah, MegaCon was one of the ones that I really wanted to go to, and I think just at this point, after all the medical stuff with River, I'm gonna have to push it to another year. But bummer, because that's Orlando, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. We'll see. I had a friend that just moved to Orlando this past week, so maybe I'll finagle something that way. But yeah, we shall see. Before we get to the discussion of the night, the best comics of December from last year, I do want to highlight that there is still a little something going on that you might be a part of, and that is Lethal Ladies by Counterpoint Comics. And 5 days left to back, and you're at 19,091, so inching ever so slightly closer to the 20K. We had a fun stream going over this entire campaign a week and a half ago. So if you missed it, go check it out. But Drewski, I don't know if you want to share anything about this real quick in case we have new people here that have no idea what this is.
Yeah, so this is one of the first mini projects I have worked on with Murat Michaels that was written over 3 years ago at this point. I was going through some photos. I'm like, oh my God, it's been that long. But and many more to come after this. But it's the very first time ever that Murat has gotten all of his properties together in one colossal crossover comic that I got to write, thanks to Murat. And we had beautiful artwork from Andre Lunatic. First time we got to work with him, and he killed it. And many more projects to come with Andre and I after this. Stay tuned on that. But this project we are very proud of. It was a lot of fun. It's crazy. It's wild. It's funny. and you guys don't want to miss out on this. And we got some great covers. Come on, you can't say no to an Ebass, can't say no to Draxgal, Marat, Ryan Kincaid, Elias. We got names and names here.
Heck yes. No, the covers are fantastic. The artwork's great, and then I love these connecting covers, the 4 with the different artists that just work so seamlessly together. So kudos there on that. And then that Drax Girl cover with the box, so good. And then just a reminder, the kind of late edition option is getting the comics with the signatures. So if you want that but didn't get it, you can go back and you'll have to manage your pledge. But
we've been seeing that quite a bit in the campaign so far.
Fair. I expect nothing less. But awesome stuff, awesome covers. So if you haven't backed it, go back it. I actually need to drop this link in the chat. I've been sitting here this whole time being like, I feel like I forgot to do something. So we will get that in there for y'all in just a second. For now, I want to turn to the chat and see who all we have here and to say hello. But I need this to cooperate first. There we go. We got Rudy Tactical Boy coming in with Josh and crew, break a leg. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate it. Nice to see you here, Rudy. We have Cage and Corey coming in with evening, gents. Good evening, Corey. Hey, do we think it's going to be Lane Kiffin was at Ole Miss, right?
He was now he's at LSU. Yeah.
Do we think it's going to be funny if they win the national championship? We all know Indiana's going to win.
Absolutely.
But do we think it's funny if Ole Miss wins and it's not, and he's not there? Like, is that going to be kind of funny?
It'd be kind of funny, but at the same time, I would be kind of pissed if I were Ole Miss because you got to pay that bastard for every win.
Oh God, that's true. I didn't think
that
about that.
bastard's still getting paid. He made out like a bandit. He made out like a Somali pirate.
He did
in that deal, and he's just laughing his way to the bank. He's like, "Yeah, keep on winning."
He's like, keep going, guys, keep going. No, I want to see Indiana win. Although I don't know what the hell's been going on in Miami. They've had like 2 upsets back to back, so they need to calm down.
So apparently, the quarterback for Miami, he's dating an adult film star, or is allegedly dating an adult film star. So
wow,
good for him.
Well, there you go. Again, things in life.
What it's the U, and I'm not surprised at this point.
Agreed. I'm not either. We do have Kaiser Jose in the house with Sup Nerds. What's up, Kaiser? Nice to see you, sir. And Salty's in the house with Somali. Gosh, we're gonna go back to the Shaden Herman. We're gonna run into that issue again. Shaden Herman. Jesus Christ. Somali Dolan rolling in the Bucks. That's right. That's what he does.
Speaking of Shaden Herman, I was looking up his OA Felix comic art who represents him. Every single piece of original art he has done for Absolute Wonder Woman and Batman Dark Patterns has completely sold. There is not a single piece of art available to purchase.
Wow. Banger. I mean, good for him, like kudos.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, look, it's good art. I didn't even think about trying to look it up. Otherwise, I would have probably tried to find some of that Batman art, but sheesh, that's awesome. Cajun also put Aaron's going to be at MegaCon too. Yes, Aaron, I think the plan is for Aaron to be at MegaCon as well, correct?
Yep, for now. Yeah, we're working on all the logistics and creatives and all that. So, yeah. We have plans and schemes. That's part of the plan for right now.
Schemes and plans. And Corey also put Kiffin's going to win the title in 2027-2028 season. Title game. We always play that game. Yeah. I bet Corey's kind of like people with Dallas are like, this is the year. It's going to happen.
Yeah, come on. SEC's done. Their DUN done. Jeez. It's all the Big Ten now. It's all going to the Big Ten. IU is going to repeat.
We also have Salty coming in with the Hooked on Phonics, Josh. I remember Hooked on Phonics. Apple. I think that was Hooked on Phonics. I remember they were doing it in elementary school, and I wanted to do it. My mom was like, no, you don't. My mom worked for the school. She's like, no, you don't need it. And I was like, what do you mean I don't need it? She's like, you can read. I was like, oh. I was in like first grade and pissed that I was getting left out. So, did y'all have accelerated reading, like the reading program where you'd read a book and take a test to get points?
We had all that. Like, so I was reading at an 8th grade level in 3rd grade, and but even so, we would have tests like that where you could read a book, take the test in the library. Like, even without reading the damn book, I was like Jurassic Park, whatever else. I was acing the book test because I just had a feeling with the plots, what was going on with them. Just like, oh hey, how about that? I aced it. I knew it.
Yeah, I was the nerd that was trying to make sure he had the most AR points at the end of the year. So that was my childhood. I was that kid. But yeah, same thing. I don't know, read a lot, and then half the stuff I didn't even need to read, and I could go through and answer them. But yeah, good times. Just a few more comments, and then we will get on to the topics for tonight. But yeah, Corey seems a little excited that the two of y'all will be there. Two people I know, even though I know a bunch of people going. Are they doing a meetup, Corey? Is Gary and them doing a meetup?
Is Gary going to be there this year?
I don't know. I think he tends to do meetups in Orlando for MegaCon.
Well, yes, you know what? Well, they were there last year. That is, I just remembered they were there. So it's possible.
Yeah. And Salty is saying that Ebonics is greater than me reading the chat. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I can speak Ebonics quite well too. You know, I'm from the hood.
As good as Mrs. Quicker from Leave It the Beaver in the airplane. That's right. Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive.
I need to find that video of the two black girls that won the like college national debate, whatever, where they're like and they're dropping like the N-word, and I'm like, what is going on? But it was actual footage from the debate. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Corey said, look at the last 4 national championships game played in New Orleans, then you see why I say in 2 years. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And then Salisbury Dolan and I were on the same reading track. Cool. Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad that you have people graduating high school with a 4th grade reading level. That's sad.
Yeah.
Shocking. We have failed. Also, go watch those. I was gonna say, go watch those videos where people are on the street just asking like basic questions. How many states are in the United States? I don't know, like 36. You're like, oh crap.
Yeah, it's like the jaywalking episode of Jay Leno, where you just walk the streets and ask people basic questions like that, and it's like, what the fuck have we done to ourselves?
How many hours are in a day? I don't know, like 62. Like, Jesus Christ, we're screwed. These people are voting. They don't vote. Well, they might vote.
Jesus.
Go ahead. Sad. Kaiser said, I was in remedial English until 7th grade. Grammar finally clicked in 7th grade. That's awesome. I love it.
I noticed you left the period off there at the very end of what you just typed, and you left the G in lowercase. But hey, that's just me. You know, just
7th grade. Cajun. So it looks like Geeks and Gamers is probably going to be there since it's basically their backyard. I've not heard anything about. Okay, so I guess I didn't realize Jeremy lived out there, but I guess Jeremy and them are out there. Sweet. And he says 2026 Indiana ain't got nothing on 2019 LSU. Those might be fighting words. So
I don't know. I'll still take Fernando Mendoza over Joe Burrow any day of the week, because just you look at Fernando, it just he is that ideal quarterback, a perfect quarterback that every team wants, and it's going to be a bidding war, to get. I guarantee teams are going to be trading up to get that number 1 spot to get him.
For sure. I started laughing because I read Corey's comment and he said his favorite, meaning the video clip, his favorite clip was when they asked what was Obama's last name and nobody knew. Corey, you got to send me that. I haven't seen that one. Let's see. Ryan and Jay live in Ryan and Jay live in Orlando. Jeremy's in North Florida. Okay, so they're all in Florida. Gotcha. Sweet. All right, let's get this little doodad up. and get on to these comics from December. Yeah, so interesting month overall. Not awful, but just kind of I would say.
I would say, honestly, there were some really damn good comics this month, and
Mhm.
I could have had 15. Honestly, there was just some that it was difficult in
Yeah,
the end because there was a lot I wanted to put on this list, but I did my best to narrow it down to 10. But yeah, the
nice.
really good outweighed the bad,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
So if you're new here, or maybe you've forgotten, the way we approach this is Dolan will help cover the general. Well, we'll just say general top 10. I will have the top 5 debuts. Yet once again, I'm being an asshole coming in, and I've only got 4 books that I'm mentioning. So, whoops. Oh well.
Oh,
Do better, Senator. I will say there was one that I wanted to add because I thought it was a number 1, and it wasn't. I thought it was a tie-in issue that had a number 1 to it, but it doesn't. So I was a little sad, and I'll discuss that when we get there. But I was stoked to put it on this list, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" When I realized it's just part of the series, and I was like, "Dang it!" But we're gonna get in. Hey, y'all, stop! The kids are being pissy back here. We're gonna get into our list, coming in with honorable mentions, and we're gonna come in with the number 10 pick for December, and that is Punisher Red Band number 4, written by Ben Percy, with art by Julius Oda and colors by Yen Nitro. Now, I will let you kind of take the reins with this. I told you I read the first, I think, issue or 2, and then was like, yeah, I'm good. Because I didn't like the whole amnesia thing. But everyone and their dog is pretty much saying, no, 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 this is the best Punisher out on the stands, which cool. And that it's really picking up and good. So tell me what you're liking about this series, Drew, and why did it crack your top 10?
well, yeah, I remember recommending number 1. Issues 2 and 3, I thought were fine. They weren't great. They weren't recommendable. They were just fine. You could do worse. Uh, but issue 4 here, this one, there was just something. There were a few things about this. One, I love the opening of this. You got the Punisher in an ambulance. He's telling the 2 EMTs, "Hey, there's something in the back of my neck. Use use utensils, dig it out." And they're like, "Okay, we got to give you a local. We got to give some antiseptic." He's like, "No, just go straight in. No antiseptic." They're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And so they're getting into his neck, but he's just enduring the pain, and he's just we're seeing a montage on the page that just all the pain he's gone through in his life, and it's just like, yep, he's found his happy place to go to, and but after that we get more shenanigans with the Tombstone, and I swear this is the best Tombstone has ever been illustrated I've ever seen in my life. And he's got a very Red Skull quality to him, and I absolutely dig it. Nice. It is perfect in the situation, and but not just that, but those elements. But there's also one big thing in this book. It had me cheering. It had me fist pumping. It's saying yes. It involves Frank Castle, a dump truck, some bodies, and a cell phone, and it is glorious. It's perfect. It is that perfect Frank Castle Punisher moment. It's like, yes, finally that one badass, violent, kick-ass Frank Castle moment. We got it here, and it's got me coming back for number 5. Ben Percy, nice. You think good for him. He didn't blow his load after issue 1, and he's finishing strong.
So, would you say that this issue lives up to that red band? That red band?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Nice. Does it? I was gonna try to ask a question, but it's not even worth asking. I will say there are currently three Punisher titles out right now. Do you feel like it's almost overkill and that they should have just focused on one, or is it like, hey, we got Frank back, so the more the merry?
It's too much. Focus on one. Yeah. Because look, I be honest with you, the other ones, they're fine at best. They're not bad. They're not great. They're fine.
Yeah.
But this one, this is your keeper. This is the winner chicken dinner, issue 4, in this series.
My hope is that Percy maintains a consistency with quality, because it's always questionable with him when it's long form. But if he's delivering a banger, hopefully he'll keep going with that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we're gonna move on to our next honorable mention. So this is technically coming in at number 9 for December, and we have Rook Exodus number 9, written by Jeff Johns, art by Jason Fabok, and colors by Brad Anderson. So Rook took a bit of a hiatus and was. Did you just move something?
No.
Oh, okay. It sounded like a fart. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
But Rook Exodus took a bit of a hiatus and was gone for, I guess, like most of the year, 6 months, if not longer. And then recently came back and kind of just picking back up where they left off. I think one of the things that I wanted to see was more of I can't remember what they're calling these. Oh gosh, what do they call them when you have the helmet? The wardens.
Yeah.
I was wanting to see more wardens, and we're definitely getting more of that. But yeah, great introduction of some cool characters in this issue.
All I'm gonna say, I love horror, and I write superhero horror, and this issue in particular, it brings out the horror with the arachnid and all his mutated spiders. It is terrifying. I hate spiders, and this one, it gave me the heebie-jeebies, and I had a hard time finishing it because of how creepy it was. Jason Fabok, he killed it in this issue once again. And I will just say it is a nearly flawless horror issue.
Yeah. Jason Fabok like always kills it. But yeah, the spider character or arachnid, really cool, definitely disturbing in a lot of ways. And Dire Wolf is adding or no, what's her father? Dire Wolf's father is adding an interesting element to all this as well. And then you have the introduction of Stag, who I think looks spectacular. And he's got a badass vibe to him, so I'm waiting to learn more about him. But yeah, great comic. Really curious to see what they do with the second volume overall, and see how they continue to grow and change. I'm curious to see if these hiatuses that they take, which I know is Jason can do his art, but I'm curious to see I'm curious to see if that impacts the book in any way long term. But yeah, time will tell. But I think, are you talking, Drew? I think you just muted yourself. Ruh-roh. While he's working on that, just start talking when you think you get it fixed. Yeah, no, I can't hear you, buddy. Weird. Chat, is it me that am I losing it, or can y'all hear Drew? Let me know in the comments. I will say that if there's anything that Ghost Machine is doing that feels like it is prime for a blockbuster film, I do think Rook Exodus is that project. Outside of that, but this feels like the one that should be getting the praise. Drewski, maybe try backing out and coming back in. Okay, can't hear Drew either. And then we'll see if that fixes it for you. But yeah, I found it interesting that Redcoat is the one that's getting the film. I love Redcoat, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's better suited for a television series, and I feel like this would be a banger, like sci-fi action film. And the reason I say film is I feel like it's kind of made for a film and how it's structured, but I also think just visually you need that budget. So yeah, you're good, bro. You're good. So he's gonna back out. We are going to check out the comments real quick. We do have the Grizz MD coming in with Kingpin with the Guy Shadow. Laugh out loud. Yeah, for sure. Did anyone else notice on that Punisher cover that they have the skull kind of like put into his body there? I thought that was a little funny, but yeah. Let's see what else do we have here. Kaiser Jose came in with Spider being the reason why The reason why. Oh, for sure. All right, Drewski, can we?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Drewski's back. Back
Yeah, it was
again.
weird. I couldn't hear you at all. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you couldn't hear me? Weird.
No.
Well, we couldn't hear you.
Oh.
That's awesome. I'm over here talking to you like, yeah, man, just back out, try again. See if and you're like, you can't hear a word I'm saying. That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I see. That's okay. Yeah, for a film budget, yeah. I mean, budget in general, Red Coat, I think, would have a smaller budget than something like Exodus.
And
Exodus.
it's, you want something to kind of ease people into your world. And I feel like that's probably the easiest one to ease people into what's going on, as opposed to Rook Exodus first and other things. People are going to be like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, it looks cool, though.
Yeah,
you know?
it does. Yes, it does.
But it could be a situation where, like, even studios want to see, like, okay, do these projects potentially have some traction at the box office? Let's not go for the most expensive one right out the gate.
Yeah.
And then Kaiser Jose put Rook feels like a video game, Red Coat feels like a show, High Street feels like Twilight Zone. Yeah, you're not wrong. And I think that's kind of what I love about Ghost Machine is they're all just kind of doing their own thing, vibing for what they are. So
yeah, and we still haven't even gotten Brad Meltzer's series yet.
No,
which I hope we get.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I think they announced that it's coming out like soon, right? Like Marchish or something.
Sure.
Sure.
It's on its way. It's like the dragons in Game of Thrones. They're on the way. They're on the way.
It's coming.
Yeah.
The final book for Game of Thrones is coming. All-Star Batman is coming. Oh no, All-Star Batman and Robin. Let's go ahead and move on to our next honorable mention. And coming in at number 8, we've got Spider-Man and Wolverine number 8, written by Mark Guggenheim with art by Carrie Andrews and colors by Brian Rebar. This is such a fun book, dude.
Yeah, it's such a fun issue, and what we're just seeing Carrie Andrews bring out his inner Todd McFarlane in this whole run and in this issue. These characters, these amalgams that he's created, I guarantee you we're going to be seeing these characters again. This isn't going to be the last time we see them.
Yeah.
I love this alternate Earth that he's created, and this is how you should feel when you're reading X-Men. This is how you should feel when you're reading Marvel Comics in general.
Yeah.
This is the vibe. This is the art. And that's why I can't recommend this series enough, or Carrie Andrews enough.
Agreed. I know, like, I'm a naysayer sometimes on his art isn't always my favorite, but I can't knock how good he is from a storytelling standpoint and just the energy he brings. But when you read this book, you mentioned it, you get a lot of like just Todd McFarlane type vibes going on here. And then I love how there's even almost like a resemblance to like Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom, that video game, and that look and feel.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a twinge of both of those. But it's just a fun story. It's not a perfect story. There are some rough moments earlier on, but I feel like the last 2 to 3 issues have been like just action-packed bangers. And the moment they, started introducing these amalgam characters, I feel like it's been just tons of fun. And I want to give extra credit because I feel like we tend to see writers and artists try to do this in other places and they fail miserably. And for whatever reason, it works here. So
I think it comes down to creativity, and I just think that a lot of them just lack that creativity, that sense of cool. Well, what's going to look awesome, what's going to look cool on the page. And Carrie and Mark, I don't know who's been more beneficial to the character designs, but I'm gotta believe it's Carrie Andrews.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So it's that Carrie Andrews effect because he's a creative. He's got that wild imagination.
Mark Guggenheim is the guy that ruined whatever was good about the TV show Arrow, and then came to comics and tried to write for DC for a while and did not do well. So I'm still shocked that he's writing this, but I'm pretty sure, Kari is adding his fair share to it. But no, it's a fun book. I was uncertain about it after the first issue, and I've grown to love it more and more with each issue. So that's high praise there. Moving on to the next honorable mention, we have the Batman Second Night #2, written by Dan Jurgens with art by Mike Perkins and colors by Mike Spicer. So this is the second volume of this title and the second issue within that volume. Beautiful art, storytelling at times to times with this title can be a little slow, but we had a banger of an issue here because certain people from Metropolis may have made their presence known.
But yeah, I agree. Batman, the first night, and a few of the others, they had very slow starts. They were very drawn out, and just you didn't really feel the action in them, unfortunately. But here, yeah, these two issues and the second night, yeah, they've been really damn good. They've really ramped it up, and yeah, like you said, we get some guest stars from Metropolis in this, including a certain character who wears a blue costume and a female reporter, and they are illustrated and written perfectly in this issue. I love how Mike Perkins illustrates Superman in this. He looks amazing, and love how he illustrates Scarecrow, the others. I love how he's tied in World War I and World War II into these characters, with their origins, especially with Thomas Wayne and James Gordon. It's great just how far back they go, and this is what I wanted in the first night, in the first volume, and we're getting it here. And I wish I could own almost all these pages, but I went on to Mike Perkins' Art 08 site, and these pages, my God,
expensive.
He is charging anywhere between $3,000 to $10,000 a page.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Sheesh. Oh god.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No. I mean, it's beautiful artwork. It's fantastic, but they're like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep, scrounging the internet. Yeah, that reminds me, I went to go buy stuff from Brian Hitch once because he did the Batman's Grave, and there's a page in there that I loved, and I was like, oh, I want to see how much this was, and it was like $6K, and I was like, never mind.
Okay, party's over.
Yeah, I was like, we're good. But yeah, I'm all about original art. If you can get your hands on it at a reasonable price, it's worth it. If you've got something that is just so impactfully meaningful to you, then by all means get it. But they're getting pricey out there.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna move on to the next honorable mention, and it is The Darkness #1, written by Mark Silvestri with art by Ed Benes and colors by Eric Prianto. So it's the return of this character in this new publication, and kind of starting over with the new #1. It's in 2025, but it feels 90s is all get out, and there's a lot of banging going on.
There's a lot of banging in this. I had an absolute blast reading this.
Yeah.
So this is a reboot. It is a reboot of the series, and comparing it to the original #1 written by Garth Ennis, this is so much better. I mean, Mark Silvestri. I never thought I would say that, but he nailed it. And Garth, his was fine. It lacked that humor. It lacked that sense of humor this issue had, and whether it be intentional or unintentional, or just whether during the sex scenes, she's like, "Wait, you don't have anything, do you?" And you see that black ooze spewing out of his mouth. It's like you can't help but laugh when you see that.
Go ahead.
I enjoyed it. I was grinning from ear to ear. It got a reaction out of me, and I love what he's set up here. And I'm going to be back for #2. The only shame I have is that Ed Benes isn't coming back.
What?
No, it's another artist on the interiors.
Boo! Hold on. Who's doing the art for issue #2?
I'm not sure, but he's a good, suitable sub. I'll say that.
Okay. That's bringing up some type of game or something. All right, I'll have to look that up later. I love Ed Benes, so I'm kind of sad that
it was great to see him back on interiors. I can't recall the last big thing that Ed has done. He almost did a Born of Blood cover back in the day.
Oh wow, nice.
It would have been great, but it just due to circumstances. That's all I'll say. But it was great seeing him back on interiors.
Nice. Yeah, I love his work. I think he's fantastic, and wish he would do more. So maybe in the future. All right, moving on. I can't remember if this was the last honorable mention. Oh yeah, it was. Hold on, I'm fighting a sneeze, and it's like right there on the teetering. All right, we're gonna kick off to our official top 5 comics for December 2025. Since I don't have a number 5 because I'm a loser, we're gonna stick with Drew's picks. So Drew's number 5 pick for December is The Infernal Hulk number 2, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, with art by Nick Klein and Kev Walker, and colors by Matt Wilson. I'm just gonna say that 2 issues in, and I am loving this book.
I'm loving it. It's McDonald's, baby. I'm loving it, and I am really, really hoping Nick Klein sticks with it. We're not going to get like a 2 or 3, and he takes a hiatus for 6 issues and comes back for 1 issue. If he sticks with it, he's able to do all of them. This is going to be a Hulk run for the ages, because, this is the Hulk. This is the best Hulk run so far. It's only the 2 issues. The best Hulk run we've had in years, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. So we got Hulk going down to Atlantis and get into fisticuffs with Namor. And, it is glorious.
Yeah, and even this kind of just conceptually what's going on with Hulk here, and the separation of Hulk and Banner, and the spirit that's kind of in Hulk, I guess right now. It's all really interesting, and the fact that he's pulling all these ancient creatures that are, potentially dead or not dead, and utilizing them. It's a lot of fun. But I knew I was in for a treat in the first issue when he thunderclaps and the shockwave like blows a guy's head off, and I was like,
love it.
All right, let's freaking go. So ton of fun, and I'm with you. If Nick Klein can stay on this book, like even if it's just for 6 freaking issues, let him do 6 issues straight. And then if they need to do kind of like that side story, like, we're gonna have a kind of sidestep for an issue or 2 to give you some texture here, and then bring Nick back, great. Or find a way to have people maybe do some pages within each issue, if it's a flashback or I don't know, something, but keep him here as a primal focus, because he makes this book. It's just that combination that makes this book incredibly good. So great stuff. Moving on to our number 4 picks for the month of December. Before we do that, I do want to say hello to Zax, who popped in. It's Josh. It is me, and it is Zax. Good to see you, brother. Zax has a terrific show on Wednesdays where they talk about what's good, and lately they've been recapping films from different years and then having them go at each other. So it's been a fun show to watch. So coming in at number 4, we're coming in with my first pick, which is the number 4 debut for the month of December, and I came in with The Darkness number 1, written by Mark Silvestri, art by Ed Benes, and colors by Eric Brianto. I had a lot of fun with this. It is very 90s, and I get that people may not like that, but I'm with you. I love the humor. I thought it was cheeky. There are a couple times while reading this, I like paused and chuckled and was like, what a Chad. Because that's just the dialogue. And I know for a lot of people, they're probably going to roll their eyes with the dialogue and stuff, but I thought it was fantastic.
Yes, we need, and I got to give kudos to Mark Silvestri for going there, for doing that with the dialogue, because there's a lot of writers out there who will not do that, who are afraid to do that. And good for him.
And crazy, even though it feels very 90s, the fact that he is doing that makes it feel very fresh, because we're not getting it. So I think this book's a ton of fun. If you didn't read it, go pick it up, give it a shot. Just know what you're getting in for. But I do know that a large of quote unquote modern day audiences probably are gonna be like, oh my god. But you know what? We need a little testosterone every now and then. Every now and then. And I just want to second what you said earlier about the humor. The humor gives this just such a fresh energy to the book that was kind of lacking before. And that energy is almost like endearing. It makes me want to pick it up. It's similar to kind of why I like Nemesis, because it's just Nemesis is bad though, but this is just it's got that nice little twinge of something special there. But I was really happy with this. I missed this the week that it came out because I didn't read it as we went into floppy drop, so I had to pick it up afterwards. But it was a good read. All right, moving into your number 4 pick. So this is overall. You came in with Conan the Barbarian number 27, written by Jim Zub, art by Fernando Dagnino, and colors by Diego Rodriguez. So what happened here that made this enter your top 5, Drewski?
Oh, this is another one like Darkness. I was grinning from ear to ear, having an absolute blast reading this. So yeah, so what we're seeing here in this run is that we're seeing the beginnings of Conan becoming king. We're seeing the beginnings, the groundwork of King Conan, and we're seeing this Mad King who's brought in Conan. He's showing him off. He's introducing him to the different tribes, their leaders, and he's like, "Hey, you like her over there? You want to bang her? You want to have her? Go right ahead. You like her? You like her over there? She's yours too." And Conan's like, "What the hell is going on here? This is a new one. I'm not used to this. Okay, sure, I'll take it." He's not used to being the belle of the ball, and that's what he is here. And but things take a twist, partway through this, and Conan is eventually once again in chains, and so he has to fight to get his way out, and it takes a twist in the latter half of this book. It is fun, it's funny, it's action packed, it's got that twist. Jim's once again killing it on Conan.
Absolutely, consistently killing it. Going on over 2 years now, like, and just a good guy too. But I wish more people were reading this though. Like, I don't think it's got bad numbers, but I still think I think a lot of people are going like, "Oh, Conan," and haven't given this a shot. And it's a great book. So please, like, if you're not reading it, go check it out. The trades are easily accessible, and Jim Zub just has a love and passion for this character, and it shows. But
and this new artist, the new artist here, he's doing a fantastic job.
Agreed.
Stepping in for the huge shoes that Roberto de la Torre left to fill.
I know. I mean, look, for the most part, everyone that's come onto this book, except for I think one artist, has done a solid job. But this Roberto de la Torre was just freaking.
He was born for it.
Yeah, like just wild. But yeah, we got JK6919 coming in with Conan is so good, and they even added, "I'm not a Conan fan." So I've a lot of people that I've talked into reading it have come in with like, "I'm not a Conan fan." They've read it and they're like, "Okay, this is really good." So just throwing that out there. We also have Grateful Dog in the house with "Evening, everyone." Good evening, sir. Nice to see you here. And oh no, here we go. We have this loser coming with, "Hello, fellow retards." Hello, fellow comic crusader. How are you? Max, did you decide to come in and say something because we're talking about your favorite book, Conan? Is that what it is? Conan for Max is like boobs with other straight people. You say boobs and they magically appear. You say Conan and Max appears. So
it's like that teacher in Community. Hello.
Oh, hold on. Do you mean this one?
Who wants to hang out in a blanket fort with grown men in tiny underoos?
Hello.
That's Max coming in whenever Conan's mentioned. I love it. Anyways, great pick. I'm loving this book. It's it's calling my name. Sure. I love it. No, I'm loving Conan. I've been consistently loving Conan. I can't sing enough praises. So yeah. Drew, Max is asking, did y'all get to read Twilight Zone?
I read issue 1. Issue 1, I thought, how should I say this? I thought it was a really good issue, but IDW done and fucked up by spoiling the issue on almost every damn cover. It's like, you spoiled the twist. Why would you do that?
The twist.
And issue 2 I thought was wildly mediocre. I haven't read issue 3 yet. I know James Stocco has illustrated and written the 3rd issue, so I'm holding that in higher regard. So that better be good.
Didn't Jeremy Adams do the first issue?
I
Or am I?
think it was. I want to say Hayden Sherman.
Okay, maybe
Could be
it was.
wrong.
No, I meant for writing. Hold, please. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. I do remember us talking about the first issue and the fact that, yes, you had a really interesting concept, and then they did give it away on the cover, which is like, what are you doing? And then revealing stuff on the cover is always a pet peeve of mine. So,
especially when it comes to Twilight Zone, part of it, I mean, part of the reason why you're watching Twilight Zone is for the twist.
Yeah, agreed. But it looks like Max is excited for James Stokoe on issue 3. Of course, James is behind Orphan and the Five Beasts, which is a really solid book. Excuse me. It's weird release schedule. That's the only thing about Orphan that I don't like.
Yeah, he's one of those artists. He takes a long while to do a lot of stuff,
which is fine. I just, with me and my habits, I'll either forget about it and then usually just kind of come back to it. Oh, it's Dan Waters. That's who it was. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was a solid issue. It was a good issue, but IDW did him no favors by spoiling the twist.
Yeah, agreed. All right, we're gonna move on to our number 3 picks. So coming in for my number 3 debut, which I think this is the one that's kind of a cheat. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of a cheat, and I'm gonna say that if I had to pick one of these, quote unquote, to serve as a better representation, there is another one that I would have picked. But it's DCKO. I put Superman versus Captain Atom. I had a lot of fun with this issue. This is what I wanted the entire event to be. I thought this was the first sign of that. I thought it was great. I will be honest, it's not as good as Hawkman and Aquaman, which would have the one that I was pissed to learn was not a number 1. Because when we read these books for a floppy drop, I'm typically reading like with less than 24 hours between me getting the books and us doing the show. So I'm trying to cram through, and I have my day job. So for whatever reason, I was thinking that issue was a tie-in number 1, and it wasn't. But this is kind of cheating. It's not a full debut. It is a one-shot. But I had a lot of fun. This to me is what DCKO should have been. And I thought, like with Hawkman and Aquaman, they did some fun stuff with the versions of the characters here. Just have fun with it. Give us some good action. Give us a good story. If you're not familiar with Captain Atom, you get a nice little like 1-page kind of breakdown of who he is, which I thought was a smart move to go. But yeah, I thought this issue was fun. Even better, if you get a chance, go pick up I think it was it an issue of Aquaman? That was the Aquaman versus Hawkman.
Yes.
That one was even better. So go get that. But these are the 2 prime examples of what DCKO should have been and should be. And for the most part, they're not living up to it, which is shameful. But hey, if you want to have an idea of what could have been overall, I think this is a good place to go. And JK6919 coming in with Hawkman and Aquaman was fun and so good. Like, clearly just let Jeremy Adams. Jeremy did write that one. So let Jeremy do his thing with these scenarios. All right, Drewski, your number 3 pick for December is Giant Size Criminal number 1, written by Ed Brubaker, art by Sean Phillips, and colors by Jacob Phillips. So tell us what made Criminal so fun.
So I'm not afraid to say that I had never read Criminal before. I obviously heard of it. I knew of it. I would see it in comic book shops, and different issues. And I'm just like, it was too. I didn't start reading it until we got to a point where it was like, wait a minute, I don't want to just jump into this and not have a damn idea what's going on. And I didn't really know at that point where to jump in on at all, period. So I just kind of just brushed it off, just never read it. And until finally this bad boy came out, Giant Size Criminal number 1, like it was just said, like, yeah, you just jump right in. It's a standalone story. I'm like, perfect, awesome. And I read this and I laughed my ass off. I had a blast reading it. It was action. It had a lot of action in it. It was kinetic. but reading it, it really, really reminded me of watching a Shane Black film. And if you're not familiar with Shane Black is a Hollywood writer and director. He directed and wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Wrote Long Kiss Goodnight. Wrote Last Boy Scout. Wrote First Lethal Weapon. He's a phenomenal writer, and this has that tone of like a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and or The Nice Guys, which he also wrote. It's just a fun read, and I had so much fun. I actually picked up the deluxe edition of Volume 1, and I started reading that. It's damn good.
I was gonna say, I remember you sending me that text shortly after this came out that you were like, "Oh, look what came in the mail," and it was the hardcover deluxe edition for the first collection. I've always kind of been. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, real quick, since you didn't get it, but this copy, the Giant Size Criminal #1, is printed on actual newsprint, legit newsprint. And that is glorious, and that'll win my heart every day.
So I finally found a copy. It wasn't at my shop, which Dave would have ordered it for me. I don't know, I'm stupid. But of all places, they had it at Entertain Mart, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." So I scooped it up there. So I did get to read it. What I will say is I'm a big Brubaker and Phillips fan. Like, I've read Criminal before. I really enjoy it. I've got a ton of their other stuff over here. Some things are definitely better than others, but they're all good. But I do kind of love that this issue had that kind of fun, cheeky kind of vibe to it. So, and then it was hard to find, but there actually were preview pages where they took the dialogue out. So if you want to at least get an idea of Phillips' art, you can get it here, but it's a nice kind of like real world vibe going on. But
it fits this story perfectly.
Oh yeah. We do have
the only other guy I could see doing this interior art would be like Steve Epting. I think Steve Epting would have been fantastic at doing this, but
nice.
Phillips is a great artist as well.
Hell yeah. The Grizz MD said, "Hell yeah, that book was great. Laugh out loud." There's a certain scene in here that's just fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And I almost
it's that moment where I'm just like, this feels like a Shane Black movie.
Yeah.
You have moments like that.
For sure. And then Kaiser Jose put, "Never skip a criminal book. Never." Fair. And then the Grizz MD also said, "This was my first criminal book, and I went back and got the first volume too. The second one is on the way, but I'm cheap and bought the trade paperbacks." That's fair, man. Look, some of these things are expensive, so
yeah,
we get it. But no, great pick, Drew. Great pick indeed. We're going in with our number 2 pick. So coming in for my number 2 for December, I'm coming in with Ordained #1, which I also found at Entertain Mart. Who would have thought that this secondhand shop that sometimes buys new comics?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, time out. What did you say the name of the store was?
Entertain Mart.
Entertain Mart.
Yeah. So
that's a physical store.
It's a physical store, but they have like maybe 25% of the store is new stuff, and the rest is all like people bring their DVDs and crap to sell. But they've got books, games, DVDs, comics, all that kind of stuff.
You know what it sounds like up here in Indiana? A half-price books.
So we have half-price books, but this is specifically not just like half-price books is mostly books. This is mostly movies, and then they'll have games, comics, action figures, stuff like that. So I'll take a picture and send it to you the next time I'm there. Okay. But yeah, Ordained #1, written by Robert Venditti, art by Trevor Hairsine, and colors by Dave Stewart. I had a lot of fun with this book. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Trevor Hairsine's art. It's just not my thing. And I don't think I actually grabbed art for. Oh no, I did. I will say his art looks way better here than I've seen it other places, but that also makes me nervous because I'm nervous he's going to get into the kind of his sloppy lines that I'm used to.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a fun story. You got a priest. He's basically taken like almost like a last rites type thing with the mob guy, but then the mob guy doesn't die. And then you might learn that this priest is somehow, some way violent in ways that priests shouldn't be violent. But for me, it was a fun romp. It also had kind of like a 90s vibe to it in some ways, kind of like a grit to it, maybe early 2000s. But yeah, I would say if you can get your hand on this, it is a Bad Idea comic. Go pick it up, try to find it somewhere. I love and hate Bad Idea. I feel like they're doing good stuff right now, but I feel like there's such a hot mess that comic shops aren't confident with ordering them anymore because it's kind of been like just gimmicks.
Can you blame them? I mean,
no, I can't.
I can't at all. I mean, that's why I won't read them. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like don't get me wrong. I love and respect Robert Venditti to death. Fantastic writer. But these Bad Idea shenanigans, just between the Invisible Comics and the box of donuts, or the hide and go seek game they tried to do, that bullshit. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I'm here for comics. I'm not here for shenanigans.
It's
you think you're fucking William Castle with these with these shenanigans? No, not up in here. Not buying it.
Well, and then it's like they disappeared for a few months and didn't do anything, and then came back, and then they had the banana book, which don't even get me started on. But then they've had like good books recently. So this cul-de-sac, Dead Planet's been solid. And there's one more that I can't think of right now, but it's like they finally decided, like, hey, maybe the key to success is just creating good comics. So we'll see. But this is also going to be a television series, I believe. So I'm really curious to see, I mean, look, we're one issue in and they're already like, it's going to be a TV series. So a part of me is curious of how, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg with this. But,
it's so funny. I just had flashbacks to a series that we would review weekly at the store. That was a name I will not mention. It was called New Burn, written by Chip Zdarsky, and I would always call it Netflix pitch number 1, Netflix pitch number 2, because that's what it was. That's what it was. And this I wouldn't have detected that from Robert Venditti, but hey, good for him.
Yeah. Hey, he's a good writer. I'm glad he's getting work. And if the big two aren't going to use him, then hey, so I'm glad someone is. But yeah, agreed with you. Kaiser did say Ordain was so badass. Yeah, it's a pretty badass book. I'm not gonna lie. All right, coming into Drewski's number 2 pick for December, we have The Sacrificers, number 18, written by Rick Remender, with art by Andre Lima Araujo, and colors by Dave McCaig. So we're moving into what feels like the final arc of this. We've had the first kind of phase of stories, and then we jumped forward in time, and Pigeon Boy wasn't a tiny little pigeon anymore. He was a little Hulkster pigeon. And this kind of transitions us into the final stage, which has another time jump. But Drew, what caused this book to land in your number 2 spot?
Well, I love the narrative approach of this and where the story goes. Yeah, pick up 30 years after the events of the previous issue. I'm not going to spoil what happened in the previous issue. Just know it is really damn good. And this deals with the fallout from those events. And in my review with Wes, all I said was, how can you know that the decisions you made in the past were the right ones in the future? Just along those lines. It sounds stupid what I just said, but right. But yeah, how do you know for sure what you did was the right decision?
Yeah, it's almost like you're hinting that there might be consequences to decisions, and some of them might take years and years to fully unfold.
And maybe that's all I'm gonna say. Not gonna say anymore. Not gonna tease anymore. That's all I'm gonna say. Just it's great, and it was executed brilliantly, because a lot of times when you get time jumps, they suck. And like at New 52, Future's End, time jumps like that, it's like,
oh man, yeah, that was not great.
Really, but here, he nailed it perfectly. dealing with the consequences of actions made, and I love it.
Sweet, great pick. We're gonna move on to our number one picks for December, and this should not come as a shock or a surprise. But coming in for my number one, I did come in with Criminal or Johnson's Criminal number one, written by Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. Look, there's just such a certain energy to this, and Brubaker's dialogue is just, I guess, smooth is the way to put it. Like, it just, sometimes you read stuff, and I feel like if you read it, you have to read it again to kind of like be like, wait, what? But I feel like his dialogue just flows naturally. And yeah, I'm just gonna say the bit where he gets a little high, you know, I mean, and it all just excuse me, it all fits so well. I thought this was a hell of a lot of fun to read. I will say I'm very disappointed, and look, all the love to the comic shops, but they released this as a comic shop only pickup. And I do kind of wish they just released it. I'm all for supporting comic shops. I think everyone knows that. But I think there are so many places that don't have comic shops to go get it. And yes, you can order if you want and they can ship it, but that usually means it's even more expensive. So if you're someone that doesn't live near a comic shop, getting your hands on this might be kind of hard. And I think with the fact that the TV show is coming out or has come out, or I don't know where that is, I feel like you would want as many people to get their hands on this as possible. So I was a little bummed that they did it where they did no digital release, because I feel like they should have at least thrown it on Comixology or something. But
yeah, which is strange. Yeah,
yeah,
it wasn't just only offered in physical form.
Yeah,
and it's wild.
Yeah, but it's a fantastic book, fantastic issue. And then, as we mentioned earlier, there are previous issues. You kind of follow different characters throughout the run. Excuse me. So if you haven't read it, go get it. It's a solid book. But yeah, high praise here. I loved this issue. I'm glad I finally got my hands on it because I was really pissed. And I was being stubborn out of principle, being like, I'm not going to ask them to reorder it. So I was in the wild and I found it and got it along with Ordained. But Drewski, let's go on to your number one. So we are here for the number one pick for December 2025. And we have G.I. Joe number 15, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Tom Riley, and colors by Jordi Belair. And G.I. Joe number 16, also written by the same, or produced by the same creative team. Banger pick. I'm so happy this is here. Dreadnought War has been bomb. So tell us why this topped your list.
Every issue has been bomb. And this series is giving me every single thing I have wanted in comic books. Yep. And and I wasn't the biggest G.I. Joe fan growing up. I was a Transformers kid. And I'm becoming, a big G.I. Joe fan after these Skybound books. And this run has been fantastic. And this event, in a nutshell, it's been like a Quentin Tarantino, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Mad Max all merged into one. Yep. And it's been hilarious, action-packed, violent, crazy. It gives me all the things I want. It's not predictable. It's not boring. And it keeps you wanting to see what happens next. And I got to attribute that to just Tom and Josh just being excellent storytellers and knowing how to execute this perfectly, and just knowing what a G.I. Joe book should be.
Agreed. The pacing here for me, I think, is just top notch. It's a fun, action-packed story. Josh is pulling plot threads that he had introduced all the way at the very beginning when he was writing Cobra Commander. So you got a lot of that coming back into play now. But whoever's decision it was to release this bi-weekly, kudos. The fact that you're getting a new issue every 2 weeks for this event, when it's a fast-paced event, just makes it feel that much more high energy and action-packed. So whatever person, creative, executive, whatever, was like, hey, we should do this for this run, chef's kiss to you. You made this, and just even looking at GI Joe for the year, it's been really interesting because we started the year wrapping up the very first arc, and then you had the kind of teaser of the new characters. So you had the Beachhead issue, which was really good. Then you had the Baroness and CoverGirl story that at first looked like it was going to be a one shot kind of seeing what they're up to, but then they kept it going, and you got a second issue, and then you got a third issue with them kind of bringing other elements, and then it slowly built to like a full story, and then you jumped right into this, which has just been high energy. Like these guys are killing it with this book, so kudos to the Energon team here. Keep up the great work. I feel like sky's the limit. We get some great stuff with Cobra in the story too, and creepy. Shit.
There is a perfectly executed. I believe it's the very last page.
Yeah,
where you see that you look closely, you see that eye. It's like, oh, that is
it's creepy.
Brilliantly,
fuck. Yeah.
Brilliantly creepy as fuck. It just beautifully illustrated. Love it.
Hell yeah. Love this. I'm glad it topped your list. I can't sing enough praises for G.I. Joe right now. It's in my opinion, the best work Joshua Williamson's ever done is G.I. Joe work. And I say this because he's had Cobra Commander, Duke, and I think he didn't write Destro. So just Cobra Commander, Duke, and then this. So killer.
I think it was Dan Waters who did Destro.
Correct. But yeah, I mean, look, Energon in general has been a banger. There's only been one bad title. Everything else has been great. So there you go. That is going to wrap up for tonight. Any final thoughts on December's comics, Drewski?
Like I said, I could have had 15. And obviously there was a lot of bad as well. But I'd like to believe that this month of December that the really, really, really good books, thankfully, outshined the bad ones. And
agreed.
If we just get more books like this and less of what we're given from X-Men, we're going to be so happy as comic book fans.
I was about to say, if you take away all of Age of Revelation for the month of December, then you're something like, it's a good month.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's 3 to 4 books of crap a week that's coming out just from Age of Revelation alone. So glad that's ending. So you got our top picks for tonight. We do have next week. Well, Thursday we will be back for Floppy Drop. So make sure you guys come join us then. So we'll be talking about this week's new releases. Quite a few things to discuss here. It is going to be a Batman heavy week again, but I'm not mad about it. And then next week, we're going to have a lot of fun because we're going to be pulling our top 25 of 2025. So Drewski and I will each be providing our top 25 picks for the year. So if you ever wanted to stream to maybe figure out what you should go pick up and read from this past year, this will be that stream. And of course, we're going to want to know what your favorite books are. So come prepared to put those in the comments. And then also wrapping out next week, we will have that week's episode of Floppy Drop. So a lot of fun stuff. Drewski, I'll have to bug you to get your list soon. But it'll be a good time. I know you've already done some of your top picks with Wes. I don't know if you've read anything since then or will be making any adjustments. If not, it's perfectly fine. I still have a stack of a few books that I'm going to try to read before next week and see if they crack my list or not. So
thankfully, I started making a list in October. Of a lot of my favorites. So, but I'll be going back through everything. Sweet. To make sure.
Yeah, that's the one thing that this year has been hard for me. Typically, when I do these lists, I try to go back and revisit stuff because reading something monthly versus like, I'm catching this after it's released and I'm reading the trade can make a huge difference. And then, so this year I'm a little uncertain with my list just because of how I'm reading things, but I'm excited to do this stream. I think it's always a lot of fun. And then usually someone comes in and is like, I can't believe you didn't include, and it's usually a book that I haven't even read. So
yeah, didn't include Fraggle Stick Car. Wait, what?
What's wrong with you? What a joke. You're a joke, asshole.
One big phony. Yeah, he's a great big phony.
Why can't you guys ever say anything nice? Anyway, make sure that when we end the stream, guys, go to the actual YouTube video. Let us know what comics you love from December. It helps the algorithm. If you haven't hit the like button, go hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We talk nerd stuff every time we're here, and it's a fun time. And we're not afraid to be critical if a book needs to be critical. If a book's good, we're going to praise the book. And there's plenty of times that we've had titles that were not doing well and had a banger issue come out, and we had praised the hell out of that issue. So if you want honest comic book discussions, we're going to give it to you. But Drewski, wrapping up the night, anything else you want to share?
No, not exactly. Just, hey, stay tuned for a lot of the projects I got coming out this year.
Yeah. We will keep you in the loop for sure.
Yeah, big surprises.
And if people want to maybe get other glimpses into what you're working on, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. That's where I'm posting a lot of the art and a lot of the projects and places I'll be. Nice.
As for the channel, we are here most Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm still working on editing a few things behind the scenes. MG's not here to give me crap about my intro video, which I'm still editing. Editing is time consuming, guys. I don't have a ton of time, so I'm trying to slowly piecemeal this together. But that will be coming at some point. That way I can stop hearing about how gay my intro and outro videos are. Secondly, if you want to follow the channel, you can follow the channel at ByPopped over on X. And I'm working on doing clips to have for there, but also to add to the YouTube channel as well. That way you can get some of these nicer moments in here and put them in. Yes, Salty, completely agree. Editing sucks. About to drop a new vid. Great show, guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I wish I was rich and could just pay someone to edit, because then I would do way more content. Other than that, if you want to follow me directly, you can follow me at Joshua L. McDonald on X, where who knows what you're going to see. Or if you just want pictures of my dogs and stuff, you can go follow me on Instagram, and that's JoshWorks903. But that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys, chat, for coming in. It's always fun to hang out with y'all and talk comics, and we will see y'all on Thursday. Peace out.
Get the fuck